सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। Namaskar everybody. Today is, I think, Panchami Tithi, so 5th day of the descending phase of the moon. So today I wanted to talk to you about an important aspect of our life. Every day I am telling you what day is it with respect to the lunar cycle. So today I am going to talk about the lunar cycle and its significance in our life. It is one of the most fascinating things that you can watch every day. Okay, and it is never boring because the moon is changing every day. There is ascending phase of the moon, descending phase of the moon. From no moon day, it starts to grow in size, and in 15 days it becomes the full moon, and it starts to shrink again. That is called the descending phase of the moon, and in another 15 days it shrinks so much that it becomes no moon again, and the whole cycle repeats. So this is one of the most fascinating thing that you can be aware of in your everyday life. Why we must be conscious of the moon cycle? In our culture, moon cycle has been given so much significance. Our calendar knows only the lunar cycle actually. The solar cycle is a later addition. It was actually not necessary. You know why? Because solar cycle is relevant only for seasons. Winter comes, summer comes, so that is the relevance of only the solar cycle. Otherwise, in everyday life, lunar cycle is more relevant. Okay, so in the past, it was so easy to keep the record of days with the lunar cycle because it was so obvious. There was no need of doing astronomical measurements or looking at all those charts, anything. For the people, for the daily lives, just looking at the lunar cycle was enough for being conscious, and it is still relevant today. You don't need to understand all those astronomical details. You must be aware of the moon, and it is not so difficult. It is very easy. Even my grandmother had the knowledge of the lunar cycle. because she could observe it in the sky. It was there. There was no need to use the mind for calculations or those things. It just popped up in the sky, and somehow it changed its size, or in other words, illumination. So, from the perspective of life also, sun and moon, so these are the two most important things, because if you really want to understand the origin of your own life, from where it came, you have to go back, and you will be able to trace the fact that you came from the sun. Sun is your source. There is no doubt about that. Okay? And moon, well, in scientific terms, they don't give much importance to the moon, but in our yogic traditions, moon plays a significant role. If you look inside, there are two qualities of energy: masculine energy and feminine energy. And masculine energy is derived from the sun, okay? And the feminine energy is derived from the moon. So both, in other words, impressions of both sun and moon are within us. Sun refers to aggressiveness, energy, and moon refers to the softness, delicacy, beauty. Aren't those qualities inside us? And that's the reason why, poets often refer to the moon. To write a poem, you need to invoke the soft part within you. Only then you will have some creativity. You can write some creative, or you can imagine something creative by connecting yourself to the moon, or to that cooler part within you. And in fact, moon is also, without moon, well, in scientific terms, it is not established, but if you use your common sense, it is no hard to understand that without the moon, or without the moonlight, there would be no creation. Life wouldn't be here on this planet Earth without the moon. Okay? So this cannot be understood in scientific terms, because moon affects our mind, which is very subtle. Nothing can measure the activities of the mind, and the creation, the procreation is a basic state of your mind. Actually, it is nothing new. So creation, the procreation, the life wouldn't happen on this planet Earth if there was no moon. You have to understand this. So now you understand the significance of the moon. And now I'm also saying that you need to be aware of the moon every day. You need to be aware of the sun. For sun, it is there every day, and it is making you warm. You must be aware of the sun as well. If you don't go to the sun every day, you'll you'll have all kind of mental health issues because you will be lacking vitamin D. That is very obvious these days. So you must be connected to the sun. You must be aware of the sun. Going outside in the sun means you are just being aware of the sun. So you need, and of course it is going to affect you. Sun is your father, moon is your mother. What happens if you forget your father and mother? Tell me, will it make any difference or not? The logical mind will say, no, I can survive even without my father and mother. Someone can raise me. But to the person who understands the truth, that is not possible. If you do not respect your father and mother, if you are not aware of your father and mother, if you don't develop that quality within you, your degradation will start. Your mind will degrade, and one day you will die, you will perish. That is your fate if you are not connected to your source. You must understand this. Okay? So we must be aware of the lunar cycle. It is very much fun. I am not forcing you to do this, okay? It is very much fun. You like it, but for most people, they are aware of the moon only on the full moon day, right? So for most people, that is true. At least they notice on the full moon day, it is hanging on there with bright, big, so they notice it. But these days, you have so much street lights and those things, and it is difficult to notice it. But it is one of the most beautiful happening around us, so we must be aware of it. So today I'm going to demonstrate you about the lunar cycle, and you will find it so mesmerizing and so interesting. You will want to go out and look at the moon or follow the path of the moon every day. Okay? I want you to do that because that will change your life. Do it and see it for yourself. So let's talk about the lunar cycle. Okay, so to understand the lunar cycle, we need to understand three things: sun, moon, and the earth. Okay, so for demonstration purpose, I want you to assume you are the sun, okay, or the camera looking at me. So that's sun. Why I'm referring camera as the sun is because it is more or less fixed. Okay, the sun's rotation has nothing to do with the lunar cycle. Okay, sun is there, it is you can assume it is fixed, okay, relative to moon and earth. Okay, and here is a little golf ball, and I'm using this to represent the moon. Okay, and now you might be wondering, what is earth? I am the earth. Okay, because I am the one who looks at the moon from the earth. So the importance of earth is in relation to moon is the viewing angle. I am looking at the moon at a certain angle. I'll show you what is that angle and how that changes. Okay, so and you might, so the two most important things about rotation you need to understand is Earth is rotating every day. Yes, you know. In 24 hours, it completes one rotation. Yes, around. And that is the Earth's rotation. You need to understand. And another is the Moon's rotation around the Earth. Moon. So this moon is the moon of the Earth. So it goes around the Earth. Okay. The Earth is also moving. Actually, it is moving at a much faster rate. Okay. But this moon is going around rather slowly. Okay. It takes about 29.5 days to complete a full circle around the Earth or around me here. Okay. So that's why it is 29.5 days. And I told you about the Earth's rotation. It is rotating much faster. In one day, it is making the whole circle. And that's why it is one day. So now let's understand the lunar cycle in more details. Okay. So for the sake of ease, I will begin with the full moon day because it will be easier for you to understand, because you know about the full moon day. Most of you know. So what happens on full moon day? Let's see that first. Okay. So hopefully you're able to see. Well, you don't need to see because I am the Earth. I am the person on the Earth, and to understand it, you need to understand what I am seeing. Okay, not the camera. Camera is the sun. So that is only throwing some lights. That's it. Okay, that is not changing anything. So you don't need to worry about the sun for now. Okay, the sun is giving light in this direction. Okay, I am the Earth, and now look at the moon. Hopefully you are able to see it. Okay, so right now Earth, moon and sun, they all are in the same line. Okay, and the light of the sun is fully illuminating this moon. Yes, and I am also, well, the Earth is rotating all the time, but somehow, let's say on the full moon day, I happen to be in this position right now. Okay, and let's say on the full moon day, the moon rises at about 7 p.m. roughly. You know that, right? So this is what happens on the full moon day. Okay, I am able to see a fully illuminated moon from my side, from the Earth here. Okay, the sunlight is illuminating the half moon, this half moon, and I can see it. Okay, now first, before talking more about what happens when the moon goes around, first let's talk about what happens when the Earth goes around. Okay, so let's fix the moon here. The moon is here because the moon is moving rather slowly. Okay, but as Earth, I am rotating much faster. Okay, so here I saw the full moon. Now I am rotating. My eyes are rotating. Focus in my eyes.